In this section, I'm going to talk about a few things you can do to make your workspace display things that you wanted to display. I'm going to talk about changing the x-axis on a graph to show the time and date. I'm going to talk about rotating a report because you can't scroll it. And resetting perspective, which is something you might have to do if you find that you've messed up your workspace so much that you can't figure out where your stuff is anymore. So let's go through those. Now by default, RPT shows on the x-axis shows the number of minutes in the run. So here you can see I ran for 200 minutes, but the test log has timestamps in it. The things happened at certain times of day, not how many minutes into the run. So I'm going to show how you can customize this report and change the x-axis, which is off the screen, but I'm picking the x-axis and changing date and time, absolute. And I will say OK, which is also off the screen, but you trust me. And now you can see that it says July 8th, 2014 at 2 p.m. is when I ran this to 4 p.m. And if you save this report, it'll be there the next time you use it. If you don't save it, then it'll go back to the time since that the run has been going. But you'll be prompted when you're shutting down to save it. Okay, now this is showing a report that is hard to read because it's off the screen and there's no horizontal scroll bar. Actually, this is Apache monitoring. RPT's built-in Apache monitoring, and there's so many things I'm monitoring that it's off the screen. And I can't see them all because there's no scroll bar. So what I'll show you here is that you can change the way this is displayed. You do that by right mouse buttoning on the report and selecting invert rows, table rows and columns. And now there it is, all laid out differently, and what's more is I've got vertical scroll bars so I can actually scroll in that report. So that's a nice little thing. And now I'm going to show about what happens. Like sometimes during the course of a debug session, you find yourself closing windows, and who knows why, but you close so many things that you can't find the good stuff that you need. And your workspace is a mess, primarily because you've been using it, which I'm demonstrating here how to mess up your workspace. And now, where the heck is my stuff? I can't find this stuff anymore. So Eclipse has got this window, reset perspective. It says, are you sure? And then, boom, my workspace is back to the way it was originally, and now I can find my way around. So that's a quick demo of things that you can do to your workspace to change x-axis in a graph to show the time and date, rotating a report because you can't scroll with the way it's displayed, and resetting perspective of the workspace to put it back to the default values because you have messed it up so bad while you're using it that you can't find your way around anymore.